I don't actually know. If someone's an expert on the American justice system, feel free to call me out on that totally made up fact. It's an alternative fact.
Well, it appears to me as if we're about to start.
That's what it looks like to me.
Nickelback versus WTF, both teams sitting at 2 wins. WTF having played one last match, but they will get one extra match tonight as they're playing in the off-stream 10:30 match to make everything all nice and even.
Except for Yeet.
Except for Yeet. Except for Yeet?
They'll be playing 2 matches on Thursday.
Well, they're gonna... Yeah, you're right. You're right. My apologies.
Ooh, there's an early shot from Rabble. These names are just going to throw me off for like half the night, and then by the time I get used to it, the series will be over. But yeah, there's Fancy Pirate throwing it down the field, going for the center.
Oh, it's a nice play!
Somehow ended up in the center.
Gibbly-Doo throws it into the net. A great play from Fancy Pirate, kicking that down the field. Gets kicked off the wall. Growlisp is there.
So this is Gibbly-Doo, who's going.
Pronounce that.
It's Gibbly-Doo going for this season as Growlithe, and he's now changed his name further to be Growlisp. I'm just gonna call him Gibbly-Doo.
Gisply-Doo?
Go for it.
All right. Mass King gets a great center. Fancy Pirate goes up. Dominiple. No, sorry, yeah, Dominiple.
Dominical.
Yeah, those names, man, throwing me off. I apologize if I list through some of these.
Ooh, there's a good touch by Mass King to pop it up, but literally Chad Kroger is there to put it back the other way, but that's going to be bouncing in. Gibbly-Doo. Long
all kinds
shot.
Of unfortunate. Jav tries to advance that down the field, but nobody's back to defend that long shot. Gibbly-Doo.
There's a calculated shot off the inside of the post.
Yeah, Growlithe gets his second goal of the match.
There's a potential for a third one. It's going to just turn into a series of whiffing. Yet to end. Still yet to end. Someone finally hits it. Hits it on goal. He gets a second touch. Masked King.
After miss after miss. Masked King gets a good bump and then is able to get that past Rabble, who just goes under it trying to get defended and just comes in under the top of the crossbar.
He took a totally unnecessary and very risky second touch, but it worked out and looked cool, so good on him.
Now Rabble getting that across the midline, up off the wall.
Let's end it up in the center, and Dominical's there to capitalize. It just looked like some questionable defense there from WTF, and it ended up in a free ball in the middle for Dom, who just power home.
Man, I got I got a Hot Wheels car today, and I love it. But I was just about to ask, did anybody read the message on the main menu about the incoming server update because they screwed up the ball bouncing off walls and such? I suppose both teams are playing under the same conditions, so we can't really consider that an unfair advantage or change to BLS this particular night. But apparently the ball physics changed this morning, and they will be changed back at about 2 a.m. Eastern Time to what they were, it seems.
In case anyone's listening on radio broadcast mode, Rabble put a second goal in there for WTF, so that's brought us to a 2-3 scoreline here with about 3 minutes to go. But
ooh, a nice play from Growlithe. Oh!
Yeah, on the subject of Hot Wheels cars, it looks like everyone on Nickelback is using a Hot Wheels car. It's a twin mill for Javington and the Bone Shaker, or the Boner, as Orsa is taken to calling it.
No, we don't. We don't call it that.
I support that. So that's being run on by Rabble and Dominical, and then on the WTF side of the ball,
Oh, what a shot!
As he hits the post, Ghibli-Doo's running a twin mill as well. And then Fancy Pirate and Masked King are being party poopers and running the Dominus and the Octane.
I only got to play a few games today in the twin mill, but I love it. And spectating in it right now is also a joy. I will say that it's way better than other cars I've spectated in.
It's just a good-looking car other than the headlights.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the aesthetic, but the hitbox being the same as the Batmobile, and I quite like the Batmobile's hitbox, but I feel like it turns a little bit better, at least for my usage and my playstyle, and I'm allowed to change the wheels and the boost and the flag and everything else, and this is a breakaway opportunity that's going to get stopped by Dominipple. I got a little off track there. I really like the Twin Mill 3.
Well, it's McBoop's fault. He told us to talk about.
I didn't know that until you said that.
I didn't hear that. What are you talking about? Did anybody else hear that?
Don't give away trade secrets.
Didn't you say that they could hear you?
No, I said they couldn't. They can hear me now. Okay, we should stop talking. You should talk about the game. It's 2-3. There's a minute left. Everything is so hype. Growlithe taking a shot. Rabble with the save. Rabble saving the game just now.
Fancy Pirate throwing it back on. Dominipple with the save. This ball's still in the corner. Dominipple tries to get it down the field. Looks like Rabble is going to kick that over to the side. It's going to bounce for an easy shot for Growlithe, and he's able to connect.
Nice.
Makes it 4-2 in favor of WTF.
That's a potential nail in the coffin here for game one, as WTF has less than 40 seconds here to put in 2 goals on a defense that's been pretty good here for WTF.
I'm just going to say, I agree with you. I think these lineups are very well balanced for this particular match, and it seems to me like perhaps Ghibli-Doo, Growlithe, is in one of his zones. I've remarked about that in the past on BLS broadcasts. That guy can occasionally... he has a day or two where nothing he does goes wrong. Fancy Pirate just adding another goal and getting himself a cycle. The only one so far in this match, and the only one likely to stand with 9 seconds left. But yeah, if Growlithe's going to keep playing like this, yeah, I would imagine an easy victory for WTF in match 2 or game 2.
Yeah, that's true. I predicted a close series because I wasn't expecting the OP Ghibli-Doo to show up. But he certainly has in that first game. Getting a hat trick himself and an assist as well. So he participated in 80% of the goals there for WTF.
Yeah, that's a player that's always on his game, but he does go OP once in a while. It's odd, and he's definitely found it, I think, today. We'll see for sure once game 2 gets underway. But that doesn't bode well for Nickelback when Ghibli-Doo is on his game.
Yeah, and what else doesn't bode well for Nickelback is the fact that they were outshot 12-3.
Wow.
So that's definitely not the way to produce close games, but surprisingly the game was fairly close for at least for a while.
What's interesting to me is that WTF took 12 shots. Nickelback only had 5 saves.
Yeah, they were getting a lot of posting out, crossbarring out, or shots that just didn't quite squeeze in. Post best defender, crossbar best defender, I think is what Sarah likes to say.
Crossbar best goalie.
Best goalie. There you go. It's not the same as Rabble. Wow.
But Gib, he's there.
Close, yep.
Shuts it down, gets a great touch to throw that towards the other net. Jav Kroger's there to control it into the corner. He's still got it.
That's dangerous, but it works out.
Now Dominipple driving it down the field.
Oh, the air drag.
Another great save from Gib.
He was making up for his 0 saves in game 1 by Already pulling out a quick 2, 30 seconds into game 2 here.
Yeah, both of those were definitely in if he didn't make that save. Just, again, showing the kind of crazy focus that he can bring once in a while.
Here's a chance for a shot as well. That's
just
going to be
killing it this game. I know it's 0-0, but it's Gib against the world, and Gib is winning.
Yeah, he certainly
there
is.
It is.
Puts one in. I mean, you say Gib against the world kind of ironically, but it is true in game 1. He had 3 goals, and all of Nickelback had 2 goals, so...
There are 135 non-Gib points in the game so far, and Gib has 115 by himself. So it's I know it's early. It's only a minute in, and there have been a few more points just from incidental plays since I said that. But he's really on fire tonight. It's really hard to shut him down when he's on fire.
Yeah, I said that they were going to be missing Waka, but you know, Gibbs definitely stepped up to fill those shoes. Wow, what a dunk.
Yeah, there's just not much to say. He takes that all the way from the corner, drives it down, jab is there, nothing to be sneezed at, and Gibb just sneaks it past him and gets it into the corner, gets a good bounce, and gets his second goal. Now sitting at 200 points, which I think might eclipse the total rest of the points of the game. I could be wrong. It's pretty close. He's just dominating.
It's a lot of math. Yeah, it's definitely looking like Nickelback's going to need to turn around quickly here if they want to get back in this one. They definitely need some momentum going their way. If they want to keep in the series and, in fact, keep in the playoff chances, because I do think that if they lose this one, it'll be, at the very least, extremely unlikely that they make it.
Yeah, 5 losses is going to be really hard to come back from in a small set of teams with an 8-match season. It's not likely you're going to finish in the top 2.
Yeah, the only reason that a loss wouldn't statistically eliminate them is the fact that Yeet currently only has 3 wins, and they're in 2nd place. But they do have 3 games to play still. So there's definitely a lot of time for them to get another win. Is that going to sneak in? It is.
And Jab getting his team on the board. Nickelback getting their first goal here of game 2. Sneaking that one past Fancy Pirate.
Yeah, it was just some scrappy defending. A bit of a mess from both teams, and it ended up dropping right in front of the goal.
It was an opportunity. The stolen kickoff. Rabel's follow-up attempt goes just a little wide.
There's no one to follow up the center from Dominic either. And now it's going to be bounced around in this corner. That should be a pretty hard clear, but it rolls along the ground straight to Rabel, and Jav's there to take it the other way. It's a big chance here.
Moves. Oh.
Gibb turns it aside. And now Gibb's going to be taking it downfield, going for the dribble. Dominic says, "Oh no, you Gibbly don't."
And now Dominic again just kicking that across the field. Sending that on target. Jav not able to turn on it. Fancy Pirate kicks it back to the other side.
There's a potential pinch that's just turned into a clear and a big shot.
Oh, what a shot
Turns
from
into
Jav.
a great pass. That was a solid team play.
A minute and a half to go.
Rolled up the wall, hit a big high center. Gibb couldn't quite reach it, and Jav's there to smack it into the goal from about midfield, and we're even at 2 goals apiece with a minute and a half left in this game. And at this point, I definitely say that Nickelback's found their momentum that they needed, and they've definitely given themselves a fighting chance in this series.
Certainly have. That kickoff looked to me like Gibb was about to get a great center, but nobody was able to just capitalize on it. Now this ball goes back into his team zone.
Calculated fake from Rabel. Almost created a good opportunity, but now it's WTF going the other way with it. Oh, that looks like it's going to be on goal.
Should be saved by Mass King, and is.
It's another opportunity.
Oh! And Gibbly do. showing some cracks in the facade.
Yeah, he definitely, after his great first 6 minutes of this series, he's kind of lost some of what he had going for him, and
he's human after all.
his armor is down, as he's made some defensive errors on. Actually, I think all 3 of the Nickelback goals.
Oh, this is in!
Speaking of Nickelback goals, there's another one. I don't even know how that ended up bouncing into the middle. It was just a great calculated play from Dominiple. He pinched it with the top of his car, and it just rolled nice and slow right to midfield after all of WTF went up. And much like Game 1, it's a 4-2 scoreline with 40 seconds to go. This time it's in the opposite favor.
Oh, and
Looking
Jab
like
with
it
a
might
great
end
pass.
up 5-1.
Rabble not able to put it home. Mass King gets a good clear, goes off the back wall, kicks out a bit far, and Dominiple is able to get up there first.
Ooh, what a shot, but what a save by Fancy Pirate. Literally Chad Kroger's there to keep it up in the air. And that's looking like it's going to be it for this game, too. That should draw our series up to 1 apiece.
Man, this time I'm mistaken. Alright, it's a lyric from the same song I was referencing the last time. Alright.
I'm really
Nickelback,
not catching
4-2.
these. I'm not sure if that's good or bad.
I'm just really, really hoping it's not a song by a different band that I'm remembering. I'm pretty sure it's Nickelback.
Well, if Nickelback win their second one here, you can ask them in the post-game interview.
That's true. Are you having fun yet, viewers? That's another slight reference to the same song. Alright, anyway.
And if no one on Nickelback knows that can definitively confirm or deny that it's a Nickelback song, then they're just not true fans. And
I was going to say they have to
realistically
change
should
their
not be
name.
repping that name. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, just
Look at that
BLS
shot
mandate.
difference this time. Complete opposite of last game. 11-2.
Yep. And on top of that, WTF had the exact same number of saves that Nickelback had in Game 1.
Despite that, a different story. I'm just going to keep throwing out tiny bits of lyrics from that song.
Are you
Another
sure?
interesting but potentially totally irrelevant point from that game is that WTF had 2 shots, and Nickelback had 2 saves, but WTF still had 2 goals. It's just the way it rolls in Rocket League sometimes.
It looks like literally Chad Kroger will be facing off against nobody. Not sure what happened here for Game 3.
He dropped a player.
But we are missing a guy.
Is this gonna merit a server restart here?
Don't worry, I'm here, guys. I got this.
Boop filling in for Mass King.
I'm gonna KV mouse this. How do you e-brake?
I don't know. I rebound all my controls and then forgot what they were.
Gil does not let me on his team. I can't let him.
So this is a nice warm up here. The Statics getting in on the action. Statics dribbling it downfield. What a touch! All right, he's got
did
one to
Static
beat.
join?
Or three to beat.
Trying to help.
3-on-1. No one on Nickelback wants to leave. The Master King left. Dominical left. 2-on-1.
I'm told we're resetting. Is that what's going on?
That's really accurate, but
all right.
Are you going to be scored on here? Oh,
yes, I am.
Static.
And now I quit like a true Rocket League player.
Jav scored on you, so now that means you need to go take his place on Nickelback, and he's going to be back on casting.
That sounds good. I'll let him know.
Apparently have some new items from watching those games.
Nice. It's the
Got
gift that keeps on giving.
The shark bite topper and the one of the Hot Wheels antennas. Treasure hunt flag. exciting times. There's even if you didn't buy the new DLC for Cars and Wheels, you do get free flags and free toppers. So there's some nice DLC cars, but free content for those of us that don't want to shell out $2 for a virtual car.
Yeah, giving me the goods without making me pay for it. This is how Rocket League reminds me of who I really am.
Is that true?
It's just another lyric from that one song.
Oh,
I think you're just making stuff up. I really do.
I'm really not. I looked it up actually in the downtime that we had in between this reset, and it's
What
definitely
song?
a Nickelback
What song is it?
called "How You Remind Me." It was the first Nickelback song I ever heard.
Well, thank God I don't remember any of the words.
It was probably the best Nickelback song ever, and it
Although
definitely
the chorus is coming back to me now. We should sing.
And tempo is every single other Nickelback song.
Southend requesting we mute Static, and I'm a people pleaser.
All right.
Later.
He gone. He's back. He's back.
Oh, okay. Rip me.
Too much Nickelback, Southend says.
Alright, everybody's here. Let's get this started. Game 3!
Nickelback at WTF, you may begin. So this is gonna be exciting, playing for all the marbles here. It definitely looked like Nickelback had the momentum at the end, but you know, 5 minute break there between games instead of a 1 minute break might be all it needs, or all WTF needs to get their heads back in the game and take this game 3 from Nickelback here. But Javin immediately has something to say about that.
Yeah, literally Chad Kroger throwing that one in. I was waiting on a different story, but this time I'm mistaken.
I was telling a different story, but Jav was there to prove me wrong. He just takes a nice long boomer shot from way back, and Rabble puts another one toward the goal, but Growl, if he do, is there to turn that one aside, and Rabble's putting it back on
another
goal.
Wow. Nickelback is making a statement.
Yeah, I've definitely, in the last 2 games, I think that more than half of Nickelback's goals have just been like really long goals from the middle third of the field. They just keep putting it on, keep putting them on goal from far out, and WTF doesn't have an answer to that. So Rabble's trapping it near the wall. Fancy Pirate's there to try to put it back in, but he hits it straight down into the back of Dom's car.
And Tom gets moving downfield. It's a good pass.
Speaking of long shots, Ghibli Doo puts one just wide. And it drops in the middle for Fancy Pirate, but half at Nickelback's there to just say, no you don't. It's turned aside, and another chance is going to go off the post. And it's now on the WTF side, but hanging around midfield. And that looks like a shot on goal, but it's easily defended.
And Rabble and Jav in the corner trying to get this advance, but Fancy Pirate kicks it back to the midfield. Dominipple takes it from him. Oh, it's a close one. Masked King kicks it out of danger.
Going for a nice
literally Jack Kroger trying to keep it in. But it gets cleared out, and this could be an opportunity unless... Oh, yep, there it is. Dominipple. What a save.
Big chance. Oh, kind of faked out Masked King there.
Followed that up like something, man. I don't even know. Look at this. Just flipping, diving, spinning.
Yeah, Masked King read.
I think Masked King even touched it. I think I saw the air hit pop up.
The
that was a crazy shot. Freestyles indeed.
Yeah, it looked to me like it was like Masked King was trying to read a high hit off the backboard, and Dom just decided not to take that hit at all and just let it drop right under Master King and straight into the goal. And he puts another one in just off the side of the post. And fortunately for WTF, it bounces out and bounces toward the other end of the field and bounces into the Nickelback goal. I don't know when the last touch on that was.
Nickel just can't save that one. Gets close.
Fancy Pirate whiffs the follow-up, and Jav was there to give it a nice tap in. That was an interesting one. It just rolled along the side for forever and eventually somehow ended up in the goal. But that might be enough momentum.
So close.
Gib puts one
looks
off.
Looks like Rabble Rouser is going to get that. Ooh. He got it to midfield. Mass King took it from him. This is an opportunity if he can follow it. He does not. It gets cleared out into the corner. And now Fancy Pirate gets the good touch. That towards the net. Nobody's made contact yet.
Yeah, there's been a lot of spaghetti down in front of the Nickelback goal. Whiffing a lot from both teams, but WTF's been doing a good job of applying a lot more pressure in this last minute or so. If they keep that up, they can definitely neutralize this game before it's over. But Nickelback's trying to say no, you don't. And
nice try. This could be a great
there.
follow-up. Rabble goes just too high. Now Fancy Pirate gets to take his time, collect it, drive it down the field, pays the price for it, but the ball still gets over the midline.
Ooh.
And now Growlithe gets that over the top of everybody, but he's not able to get there quick enough to advance it, as literally Chad Kroger kicks it to the side.
You think Chad Kroger likes Rocket League?
I think literally Chad Kroger likes Rocket League.
Yeah, what about like literally Chad Kroger?
That is a different story. Not sure.
I'm sure he would. Everybody likes Rocket League. Anywho, back to the exciting game at hand. There's a shot from Rabble is turned aside by Fancy Pirate down to the other end. It's now under a minute for WTF to put 2 goals in. But that's looking like less and less likely here, as Nickelback's been doing a good job of keeping them out, and a big aerial miss from Growlithe turns into a potential shot from Dom.
It is indeed.
A beautiful touch.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. It looked like Ghibli Dude tried to go up quickly, just missed, but Mass King didn't expect him to miss, and then everything just fell apart from there. Left an easy shot for Dom and Nickel. Not easy, but it was his to make, and he did it well. We'll say that.
It's a nice flick. Southend saying in chat that Chad Kroger plays Destiny.
Hey, I love Destiny.
But do you love Chad Kroger?
No.
Yeah. A lot of people don't. However, that being said, there's a whole team of people that do here. And they're still up 4-2 with 30 seconds to go. Dom's trying to make it 5-2. Yeah, WTF's going to need 2 goals in 15 seconds here, which is all but impossible. And Jab takes it down the other way end of the field. Some fairly slow play should spell the end of this. And that's gonna drop the final time, and Nickelback pulls out the win.
Yeah, reverse sweep. I did not expect that to happen after that first game. That really is surprising to me. I definitely